Welcome back. In this video, we are going to solve another one of the important programming challenges of Hackerrank. And name of this programming challenge is HashTables Ransom Note. Now, in this programming challenge, we will get two input space separated integers. First one is indicated as M, another one as N. M represents magazine, okay, and N represents note, okay. For example, let's say M is 6 and N is 4. In this scenario, we will get 6 space separated integers will be stored inside a list string magazine. And after that, third line will be, we will get 4 space separated integers will be stored inside list string note. So let's write a 6 space separated strings. Those 6 space separated strings will be So this is the 6 words which will be stored inside list string magazine. Another one is 4 space separated strings which will be stored inside list string note. Okay, this will also be our input. Now this is our input. Now our task will be all the words of N should match to M. And if all the words of N is matches to M, then in that scenario, our return will be yes. And if it does not match, then return will be no. Okay. For example, here I can see that in N space separated, there are 4 values. First one is give. Second one is 1. Third one is grand. Fourth one is today. Okay. Now let's go to M space separated values. First one is give. Second one is M, me. Third one is 1. Fourth one is grand. Fifth one is today. And sixth one is night. So here I can see that N of word give is matches to M of word give. Again, 1 matches to 1. Grand matches to grand. And today matches to today. So all the words of N matches to the word of M. So in this scenario, our output will be is yes. Okay. Now there are two important things that you need to consider. First of all, that it should be case sensitive. What does that mean? That means, for example, let's say N of give is small letter and M is capital letter. In that scenario, the value should not get matched. Then in that scenario, output should come as no. That is another that is one of the. Another one is, for example, let's say N has 2 give word and M has only 1 give word. In that scenario, the first word it matches to the word give and the second word can't match to the same word. So for that, and if you wanted to match the same word, then in that scenario you should, in the M section, we should have 2 give or more than give to match. So if it is nothing, no values is there to match, in that scenario also our output will come as no. Now we see what is our problem, okay, and what are the things that we have to consider. Now let's see the constraints. The size of m and n will be uh, between 1 to 30,000, and the length of the each word is between 1 to 5. Okay, this will be our constraints. So we understood what is our problem. Now let's see how we are going to solve this problem with the help of Java. Now, to solve this problem, what we will do, we will use the previous example only. In this is the node 6. So what we will do, first of all, we will display this data in a tabular structure. Okay, okay. Now the first thing what we are do, we know that already the data will come as a list string. We can see that in the Hackerrank console. Here the data come as a list string magazine and list string magazine and list string node. Okay, so what we will do, first of all, we are going to sort this magazine list and node list. And the same thing we are going to do with the node also. We'll sort the node list also. Let's sort the value. So how we are going to do that? For that we are going to use Java 8. What we will do, we will simply write here magazine dot stream dot sorted dot collect. After that, collectors dot to list. Okay, the value of magazine will get sorted. Now we will just copy this thing and we will change magazine to just list, magazine to node, so that node value also will get sorted. So magazine and node both get sorted now. Now after sorting the magazine and node, it will display like this. Magazine section will display like this. So now what we will do, now we will iterate for every n values with m. For example, if first word is n is given to give, then we will check the word that m also give exist or not. Okay, so for that what we are going to do, for that we are going to create nested for loop, so that the first for loop will be n node and another for loop is the magazine, and it will check all the values one by one. So it will going to iterate on, for example, the every single word of node, it will check with the every single word of magazine that the value is matched or not. If the value is matched, then it's okay, but if the value is not matched, that means the condition did not got met. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to create a nested for loop. Let's do that. Nested for loop got created. Now if note dot get of I dot equals, I told you that it's a case sensitive, so we can't use equals in your case. We are going to use equals to magazine dot get of I. So what it will do, it is going to check the every single value of note to the every single word of note to the every single word of magazine dot of net. So if it is going to equal, then in that scenario our condition got matched and we will break. Our job is done. Now for example, the first word of give is matched to the first word of give, then condition got matched. Then what we will do, we will move it to the second word grand. Now again, what grand will do, grand will start from the first word give. But no need to search the give because the first word is already got checked out. We need to, the j value should start from the second one. So how we are going to say that if the first word is up to that one, it got searched. So no need to search, that grand value is, and that grand value won't find before that. For that, what we will do, we will going to initialize the value. So for that, what we will do, we will here we are going to initialize the value here int j equal to 0, and we are going to remove from here so that it shouldn't initialize from the 0. Once the value will get searched, okay, so it will initialize from there. So, and after that, if the value got matched, for example, let's say value got matched up to here, so it condition got break. So condition if got break, then it should start from the next one, correct? Next one, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write here j equal to j plus 1. So for example, let's say give value got matched to, for example, let's say give value matched to the give value. So after the condition will get break here, condition will get break here, so condition will get break, so it will again, it will start from the I plus plus. Now in this scenario, i's value is I plus 1, so it will go to the second one, that note section. But what about the magazine section? For that magazine section, what we have done, so once the value will get matched, so in condition will get break, and again it will start from the I equal to 0, but that give section is already got checked out. So magazine also I want from the second value to initialize. So for that I have written whatever the value it got searched, you can write j equal to j plus 1, so that from the next value it will get started from here, from the grand section. So once it will start from here, so again it got checked that grand is equal to grand. Okay, condition got met. Now what we will do, now the next value is 1. So he's checked out that 1 is equal to me or not. Now the third iteration, what it will happen? Again, it will check from the third iteration, because the grand also mixed. Now the third iteration, when node I equal to 3, he found out that 1 is not equal to this one. So again, it will check from the 1 to the next value. Again, it is not equal to this one. Again, we will check the third one. So here you can see that 1 is equal to 1. So in that scenario, again it will go into the break condition. Okay, again it will go into the break condition, and the new and the last value of j equal to j plus 1 will get initialized, and it will iterate from the it will start from the this one, because up to that much it got up to one condition it got searched, and node section anyway it is incrementing by 1 after value is getting matched or not. So when the value will get matched, it will go into the last section. In the last section, again what we said, that today is got to match to today, so it matched all the values. But to see that all the values are matched or not, we have to say that these values got matched. For that, what we will do, we will initialize a boolean value here to check. So boolean, let's keep the variable name value exist equal to, by default I will give false, correct? And if the value got matched, then I am going to equal to true. Okay, so value exists equal to true, value got matched. Now here I can see that every time it got break, it will start from the new one. So it will start from the new one here. Okay, so every time I will make so once default condition it will become true, so it will be true. So what I will do, every time the note value, the new value will get started, it will start from the default condition, value exist equal to false only. Okay, now what will happen now, value exist equal to false, and here I've given, so every time initialization value will be false. So if the value got matched, then it will be true, otherwise it will false. Why I've done this one? So for example, let's say here give is presented. What if give is not presented in the magazine section? So it did not match any of the word with the give. So in that scenario, value exist equal to false. But after the completion of this note magazine iteration, and it did not found the value, then what it will do? It will go into the second value. But you need to understand one thing, that if it did not got matched in the first section, then our answer will be no. So if our answer will be no, so if our answer is no, then it makes no sense to move into the grand section, because if I have to display no, so that means if they did not got match the value with the give with the magazine section, then we have to break it out and go out, so that we can display our output instead of using more time that. Because if we move into the next section also, then also our answer will be no if grand is matched. Why? Because the first value didn't match anyway. So for that, what I am going to do, here I am going to write, if value exists is false, that means it's not true, that means it is false. In that scenario, we should break. Okay, so it break the loop and it went outside. Okay, so it went outside, so our loop got broken. Now after loop got broken, now what we will do next? So if that means if the condition is true, it will get iterated until and unless all the values will get matched. And once all the values will get matched, that means we can see that in the end of that, value exist will be true. So if value exist is true, then in that scenario we can write one SOP here. SOP will be something like this: system dot out dot println. It will be something like that. I'm going to write value exist, and inside SOP we are going to write a conditional operator that if value exist is true, then we will write yes, otherwise we will write no. This will be our logic. So you understood what is our logic. First of all, what we did, first of all, we sorted the value of magazine and node. Why we sorted? So that values will get arranged in a properly way, so that the same thing won't get repeated. After that, we have used a nested for loop. So nested for loop, we have done that so that every section, every word of the node should get iterated with the every word of the magazine. And once every node of the word will get iterated with the magazines, it will get matched. But if the value did not get matched, in that scenario, if value did not get matched, in that scenario, value exist will equal to false will get returned. So if the value exists will false return, then in that scenario what will happen, it won't check the next iteration of the node section, it will just got break it out. And after that we will write a simple SOP that if value exists is true, then in that scenario we will return yes, otherwise it will no. Okay, I have did a one silly mistake here. You can see that here you have node.getAfi equals to magazine.getAfi. So what I will do, I will change it one to J, and now I will run the code here. Okay, so sample test case, all the test cases all got successful, and let's submit the code. We can see that all the test cases here got successful. So in this video we understood how we have solved the programming challenges of HashTable ransom node. Okay, we understood the logic. Okay, so this is the end of this video. If you have any type of a doubt or feedback, please write it in the comment section. I will try to reply as early as possible. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and press the bell icon for the regularly updates, so that every new this kind of a video, whenever I will upload, you will get notified early. Okay, and stay tuned for next upcoming video.